Good morning everyone, and welcome back to what is now a beautiful day on the Finca. It was cloudy this morning and we've got orange warning for thunderstorms and heavy rain overnight tonight. So hopefully we don't mind it at night because it doesn't affect our solar. Hopefully we can catch some more water in the deposits. Sharon's not with me today at the moment because she's got some appointments she needs to attend to, and we're a bit short on time today because we've got two subscribers from Romania who are wanting to move to to Spain, but with a sort of project, but not as big as this one. So they're coming along to see us and have a chat and have a look around the place, and so we're quite looking forward to that. In the meantime, what we got, the water pump, this solar, it's relentlessly now, it's using 800 plus watts. We mentioned this the other day. It's a 500 watt pump. It's not right, it's far too much. It's been trouble for the last 6 months. So I found a pump which is 370 watts, which should admirably give the specifications to run this place. So I'm going to order that up and get it swapped out when it arrives. So in the meantime, I've had a request from Sharon, incidentally, so it's got to be carried out, to make a door handle for the inside of the apartment door here. It doesn't have one, you have to sort of hold the wood to open it. It's a bit awkward, even though it swings alright. So I'm going to do that today. The door in question is that one, and I'm gonna make a handle the same as that one to go on the inside. We even make our own door furniture. So yeah, let's have a look at that. So we're going to be using a bit of rebar and a bit of flat. The handle's going to go like that, if I can hold it. Obviously not that long, cut to length, with 2 bars going across to hold this onto that. Very simple handle, very simple to make, very cheap, looks quite effective, quite authentic, traditional type thing. So the first thing we need to do is cut this to the length that we want, which in this case is 145 millimeters, just because the other one is. We're going to cut this the same length and then cut 2 shorter pieces to go in between there from this stuff. So I'll go and get them cut. I won't show you that because you've seen it all before. So I'll go and cut them up. So these are my bits. 2 longer pieces and then 2 shorter pieces that are going to go in between to hold them together. Now what we've got to do is get all the scaggy edges off them and clean them up, because we're going to TIG weld them. And I'm going to TIG weld them because welds are a lot neater generally. I'm not the best TIG welder in the world, but sort of stuff like this I'm not too bad at. But it does leave a much smaller, neater, less bulbous weld, especially on little fiddly stuff like this. So we need to clean them up, get all the muck off them, get all the mill scale off them, make them nice and clean. So once we've got them cleaned up, we use our magnets to hold them in place at exactly 90 degrees to each other. And then the beauty of TIG is you don't actually need any rod. TIG you use, this puts an electrical charge which melts the metal, and then you use a filler rod if you need any more metal, but you can actually just melt those 2 together to tack them in place, which makes it quite simple. So I'll just move the camera out of the way and I'll just tack them up. So once we've got our bits stuck together like that, we can, oh, it's still hot coming through my glove, we can then move them anywhere we want to be able to tack round and complete the welds. So I'll do that next. So once we've welded the legs up, the arms, whatever, we can position it on our base plate, again held in place with magnets. We're just going to put a bit of a tack on each one, then again we can take the magnets away and weld it up fully all the way around. So I'll get that bit done. Right, so it's tacked in place. Must be a bit of dirt on the metal or something, if you can see from the flame. I didn't clean it up properly enough, but not to worry. Right, we'll get it welded up now. So there it is, it's done. We've got good penetration at least. I'm not the greatest TIG welder in the world, but we learn by trying, don't we? It's stuck, it's good, it doesn't look bad. I'm going to let it cool off now, clean any excess off it, and get some paint on it. Yeah, but yeah, you just got to practice, got to try this, how you learn. Put him on there because he's hot. Right, I've just rubbed it over with a flat disc, cleaning up a bit, and I need to drill 4 holes in the corners for my screws. So, holes drilled, it's in the spray shop. I'm just giving it a coat of paint. I'll come back to it in a little bit and turn it over and do the other side. Good, it's all coming along. I've just seen a post a comment from Paul and Anna in Sunday's video. Paul and Anna, incidentally, run a company in Spain called Fortuna Logica, and they've donated us 6 350 watt solar panels, which is absolutely fantastic. Paul's just said that they're going to be here on Thursday, which is even more fantastic. Just leaves me the job then of fitting them and getting them in place. But in the mornings, now it's getting lighter later, you know, it's going to help us enormously. So Paul and Anna, thank you so much. You don't know how life-changing this is going to be for us. And anyway, quite handy on the subject, Paul's asked about welders. He's considering getting a MIG welder. Basically there are 3 types of welding processes. You've got your traditional stick, your arc welder, MIG, and TIG. Now TIG is by far, as you've probably just seen, the hardest process to master at all. I bought my TIG actually for doing aluminium. Well, yes, it is really difficult to get it right and get it neat and clean and everything. Arc welding traditionally not so difficult. But MIG, and Paul's asked, should he get a gas or a gasless MIG? That depends really on what you want to be welding. For me, gas all the way. I've got a 200 amp, it's an IGB machine, which are inverter welders, and the size of it, I had one 25 years ago, my first one, maybe 30 years ago. It was huge, it was on wheels, that was only 170 amps. So now the technology, it's a bit dusty this one, for today's welders is fantastic really. This is only cheap, I think I got it off eBay. Can I say that? But it welds really nicely, but it's a gas welder, a gas MIG. If I were you, I would get a gas MIG without a doubt, because it's so much easier to weld. The welds are so much neater, less spatter, a lot cleaner. But it depends, if you're welding outside, then a gas MIG's of little use to you really, because the wind blows the gas away. If you're going to be doing a lot of welding outside, then yeah, go for a gasless MIG, a flux cord wire MIG. These machines, this actually does arc welding, traditional stick welding, as well as MIG. Just a little switch there, you just switch it over. So if you can master arc welding as well, which isn't that difficult, if you do want to weld outside, I can take this outside and use it on the arc stick welder setting. But yes, for me, the modern IGBT inverter MIGs, fantastic. I personally would go for gas. It's a lot easier, a lot cleaner, a lot nicer welds. Yeah, if you're interested to know any more, give us a shout and I'll happily address it again. While I'm waiting for the paint to dry on the handle, we've got Eddie's coming back in a few days. I'm not exactly sure when yet, but we're going to be doing a bit of groundworks out here. Because we've built the stable, obviously the runoff water collects into the deposit, which is just on me right here. Obviously we don't want anything that accumulated in the stable run here going into the deposit. So Eddie's coming in with the digger, essentially just to improve our existing supply as well. I don't know if you can see the two fainter bits up there. It gathers in puddles, so we're going to dig a low trench all the way down, so we can still drive the car up. It'll just dip down when it's finished, so any water that collects up the top that doesn't make it down here will then be able to come straight down and into the deposit. This middle bit where the trailer is there, we're going to take that out and take that back a bit and bank it up around here, because the flow comes down the ramp there as well and into the deposit. Therefore it'll divert it past the stable area, and yeah, miss that bit. So he's going to be along in a couple of days, so we've got quite a bit of work to do there. We also want to do a bit on this side as well, to keep the stable area as dry as possible. What falls on there that's not exposed, that's not covered by the roof, is pretty insignificant really. It's not really going to run anywhere, it'll just sit on the ground, but the flows that come from the long runs will go into our deposit, hopefully. That's the plan. So that's another thing that's coming up soon as well. So there it is, it's on the door. We can pull it open easily now without having to get hold of this wood or the latch or something. Sharon will be very happy, I hope. I'll be in the good books. Yeah, not a massive amount done on the renovation today, but sometimes it's nice to just have a pottery day, another one again. We've had a few hard days. Do something creative, make something useful, play with your tools, play with your toys. So that's us for today, I'm afraid. We'll be back tomorrow for sure. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the video, and yeah, thanks to everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.